out.
You did it on yourself?
Yeah, I did it on myself. And actually
it came out good?
It came out really good.
That was their confession?
Yeah.
Like ratting you out?
No, not even ratting me out. Like,
so did she have like a squirrel on her eye at some point? Like,
so if your lashes grow downwards, like you should get a lash lift. Like it's one of the best decisions you can make. But I'm telling you, waterproof mascara is not good for you. Like I'm telling you, like it definitely makes a difference because it's so annoying having to curl your lashes every couple hours.
Welcome back to another episode of Glam Gossip by LLBA Podcast. I'm your host Puja, and if you're new here, we are a lash and beauty supply company, and our goal is to help you thrive and flourish in the beauty industry. Today we have a very lovely guest. She's actually a brand ambassador. So she's been specializing in primarily lash lifts, and now she's branching out into lash extensions. And so we really wanted to get her perspective on today's topic. Today's topic is what I wish I knew before I started lash lifts. So I would like to introduce you to our lovely guest and our brand ambassador, Anusha.
Hi everyone.
Hey girl. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, thank you so much for coming in today.
Of course.
And why don't you start off by telling us about yourself, like how you got started, maybe a bit about what brought you to the beauty industry.
Alright, so hi everyone. As Puja mentioned, my name is Anoosa, and I'm actually a university student. And I plan on going into medicine, which is completely different from this, but I'm really passionate about lashes. So how I got started was about last year, so about a summer ago. I was really into beauty and makeup, and I started my account to post makeup looks. But the more I got into it, I was like, wait, I'm actually really passionate about this stuff. I want to do a career in it, something of a side hustle. So I started doing a bit of makeup artistry training, and then I discovered lash lifts. So lash extension is something really popular, and a lot of people know about it. But lash lift is something not a lot of people know, but I feel like a lot of people would like. And then the more I started researching into it, I started watching YouTube videos. I was like, wait, I really like this, and I want one myself. So I started doing lash lift training, and then I was really passionate about it. So I just started doing it on my friends, and I was like, wait, I have my training, I have my certificate, I'm doing it on my friends, and it's turning out well. I might as well do something out of it. So I turned my makeup account into a lash account and just started doing lash lifts. And then one day someone reached out to me for a brow lamination. I never thought of that as well, but I was like, it's pretty much the same supplies. So I did my training for that as well. Then I started doing that. So it's just a matter of me testing out new things, realizing I really like it, and then making a career out of it.
Wow. So was that your intention, like from the beginning? Like when you started like learning about lash lifts and realizing that you really liked it, did you want to pursue it as a career? Or did you think you were just gonna maybe just do it on friends for fun, or like do it on your, just do it for fun or as like a hobby?
Yeah, so I actually started out something for fun, and I saw a reel the other day, and it was like, if you would do something for free, do that as a career. And it was about a nail tech, but it was kind of the same thing for me. Like, I was doing it on my friends for fun. I did it once on myself, and I was like, wait, if it's coming out good, I can actually do something out of it.
You did it on yourself?
Yeah, I did it on myself. And actually
and it came out good?
It came out really good.
Okay, because I've seen those DIY lash lift, like, kits, and their lashes are, like, at a right angle.
Yeah.
It's like,
I would not recommend. Yeah, it is kind of hard because your eyes are, like, halfway closed. So it's not ideal, but I tried it on myself once. I was like, wait, it's good. Then I tried it on my friends too.
So do you do it like one eye at a time? Like one eye is open?
Yeah, I do it one eye at a time, yeah.
But what if you're like blind in one eye?
Then
I'm not blind, but like, what? No, I mean, like, because you know how one eye is often stronger than the other? So, like, for me, if I were to do that, like, one eye would be very clear, and then the other eye, I would be struggling just to, keep it open.
No, like, I feel you, even for me. So I wear contacts, but I can't wear contacts during this, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm technically blind because I can't really see.
Oh, really?
So I would not recommend to anyone, don't do this at home. Get it done by a professional, or don't do it on yourself, but I just tried it.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with the majority of people, they really should not be doing it on themselves.
Yeah.
It's better to just pay a little bit more and
for sure, yeah.
Get it done by someone properly and actually, relax and enjoy the experience. Yeah, so how did you get started? Like, how did you learn about starting a lash business?
Yeah, so I was just on TikTok, and first it was lash extensions that I was really interested in, but that takes a lot of time. So as Puja mentioned, now I branched into lash extensions. When I started, I was focused on just lash lifts, just because it's not that it's easier, it's just a lot less time to take. it takes less time. Yeah, the procedure is less time. Yeah, also there's less supplies. So I thought it'd be easier for me to start off with just lash lifts. And I was just scrolling on TikTok and I see a lot of lash stuff. And I love makeup so much. I love beauty products, anything related to beauty. And I love eyelashes. Like, even for makeup, eyelashes are like, what I always say is that if you want to actually look different, it comes with your lashes. Like, more than any other makeup product, it has to do with your lashes, right? So, and I mean, I've been getting lash extensions too before. So I just really like this stuff, and I was always curious on how it works. So then when I found about lash lifts, I kind of had an idea on it, but I didn't know much. And even my friends didn't know much. And that's another reason I started doing it, because again, like I mentioned, not a lot of people know about it, but I feel like a lot of people would like it, because now there's more of a shift towards more natural stuff, and lash lifts are definitely the more natural style.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And do you do tints as well?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you do the lash lift and the tint.
Yeah.
So, and like, tell us maybe about like how you actually got started in terms of like getting clients, putting yourself out there, advertising, you know, because there's a lot that goes into starting a business. It's more than just, you know, starting up an Instagram page and saying, hey everyone, I'm doing lash lifts. Like, did you have a salon space? Were you doing it in your home? Were you like renting a space?
Yeah, that's actually a really funny story, because when I started doing lashes, I was actually doing them like on campus at my school, which is such a crazy thing. Yeah. And surprisingly, I got
like
a lot
in
of
the library.
Yeah. And now I have a salon
people are trying to study.
Now I have a salon space. But back then I was doing it there, and surprisingly I got a lot of clients that way, because people at UTM were like, oh, there's a girl doing lashes here, I can get my lashes done on campus. So there's a lot of people doing it that way. Sometimes I do at people's dorms.
Yeah.
But it was such an odd way. Now I think about it, it's funny, because I have my own salon space, but that's how I started out. And at UTM there's this page called Spotted at UTM. It's just a confessions page. I actually got marketing that way, because one time someone sent a confession and was like, someone's getting lashes done in the library, like, what's going on? And then someone like
that was their confession?
Yeah.
Like ratting you out?
No, not even ratting me out. Like, I wouldn't get in trouble for it. It was just like, what's going on type thing. So on that account, like, they say like anything that goes on at this school. And then someone tagged me in the comments, and from there, like, I got like some clients too. People were like, oh, like, you're doing lashes on campus. So it was so unconventional.
So they were trying to destroy you, but actually you became more famous,
you know,
like,
what?
more popular.
I did, because my thing was being spread to more people. So it's such an unconventional way, but it's funny how I think about it. They started off in a library, and now I actually have my salon space. I actually like move my way up.
That's amazing.
You know? Yeah.
Because when we first approached you, you had a very small following. So I can't even imagine, like, you're doing so well now in such a short period of time. Like, when did we first reach out to you? It must have been, when was it? January, February?
It was March.
March. Yeah, it was probably March. And then now we're in September. You have such a much better Instagram following. You have your own salon space. You moved from a library to a salon. That's like amazing.
Thank you.
And so, if you feel comfortable, do you mind telling us more about this salon? Like, are you renting a little section, or like, are you renting the entire space?
Yeah, so I'm renting a little section, and so first, I was continuing doing the library or unconventional spaces. Sometimes I do it at clients' homes, so I was more focused on that because I can't do it at my own house. I didn't really have a space, but there was this other, there's something called My Beauty Bar. There's these two girls that have their own services. They do microneedling and teeth whitening. So they reached out to me one day, and we were discussing a collaboration, and they said that at their space, their landlord lets other people rent their space as well. I was like, wait, I could do that. And then I reached out to the landlord. I went to see the space, and it's really close to my house as well, so it's super convenient, and I really liked it. And I was like, okay, let me do this as well. And doing that like expanded my client base, because it's a big step from a library to an actual salon. Like, before, most of my clients were just UTM students, but now it's so many different people from different age groups as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So you're basically just like really passionate about lashes. And where would you say you want to take your business now at this point?
So right now the thing is, I want to focus on school, because I plan on writing my MCAT soon as well, so I have a lot of things going on with that. And there was a little while, actually, even posted on my Instagram account, that I was closing down my business.
And then, I saw that.
And then the other day I was like, never mind.
Right, because I told you should like keep it as a side hustle at least. Because
I closed it down, and then I kept thinking about it, and people were booking with me as well, so I was like, oh, I'd say cancel that. But I kept thinking about it, and this is going on in my mind like a lot. Like I'm just thinking about lashes. Like even when I look at someone, like I'm looking at their lashes, you know, it's just a lash like thing. Yeah. Like it's just something I observe. Like I really like
wearing mascara right
no,
now.
it looks nice though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but it's just something like I feel like if I let it go, I'm going to regret it. So I was like, you know what, I can make it work. Like I was doing on the side to begin with, so I'll continue doing on the side. It's just that I have to decrease my hours that I work. Yeah, but I can make it work. So for a while I was like, I have to focus on just school, but I was like, you know what, I'm really passionate about this as well. I'm gonna make time for it.
That's amazing. And what do you think has been your biggest challenge so far in getting started?
So my biggest challenge in getting started was definitely building clients. So in the beginning when I started, I ran a promo, so I got a lot of clients through that, but I can't always be doing promos. Like I have to start charging actual price at some point. So at first I was worried that I wouldn't get clients, so it was a little bit of difficulty, but what I realized is it's really important to put myself out there, and once I did that, I had no problem getting clients as well. So it was just putting myself out there, and then I got my clients. But yeah, in the beginning, it was a little difficult.
From Instagram?
Yeah, just from Instagram. Also, like, personal connections and getting referrals. So to my clients as well. So I started doing a referral promo. So if you get someone else to book with me, like, you get 10% off your next service, and they get 10% off their first one. Yeah, so it's just a matter of putting myself out there and then also giving them incentives and building a good relationship. Like, even with all my clients, pretty much, like, we become, like, best friends during the session because we just talk, and it's just building that good relationship with them so they can become returning.
And in the beginning, were they just, like, DMing you? Like, hey, can I come get my lashes done at 5 on Tuesday? And, like, how are you, like, organizing all this? Did you have, like, some sort of scheduling system, some sort of booking system at that point?
Yeah, so at first I was doing just DMs. Like, it wasn't until recently that I actually made, like, a proper booking software for myself. So it was just through DMs. And at first it wasn't that organized because, so I have to check my schedule, right? And I can fit them in. But sometimes if things come up, so it was not as organized. But yeah, they were just DMing me. But from there, like, from now, I changed it to a booking system, and it's a lot more smooth because everything's organized for me. I know what's going on. Yeah.
So, what would you say is your biggest rookie mistake?
I would say my biggest rookie mistake, well, actually...
Could be technical, or it could be, like, business related.
I wouldn't... Well, okay, if you're starting off, I think it is fair to price your services low if you're starting out, which I was doing, but I feel like I was doing it for a little too long, and I would say it's a mistake because I learned a bit later that I have to charge my worth because I was charging really low. Like, for the longest time, I was charging $35 for lash lifts, which is significantly less than what lash lifts actually are. So I'd say that's a rookie mistake because even though I was getting a lot of clients by charging it low, I'm attracting clients that will only pay, like, less, if you know what I mean. But once I started charging higher and, like, the actual price, I did get clients, so it wasn't a problem. So the mistake I made was continuing to charge less. Now I'm thinking about it because supplies are not cheap. Like, supplies are expensive, and also it takes a lot of time, right? So it's very important for me to charge my worth. So there was that rookie mistake that I made. And also I was doing it free for a lot of people at first, and it wasn't even like in the very beginning when I just started. It was somewhere in the middle. Like, a girl would be like, oh, can you do this for free for me? And my personalities, I would feel bad, so I'd do it, but I should not be doing that because if it's a friend, if it's a friend, it's just hard to say no.
Right.
Or, like, sometimes, like, a friend would be like, can you do it for me for, like, $10? So just, I had to, like, stop being like that. That was a rookie mistake I made. Like, this is my business. If you are my friend, you're going to understand that and value that. Yeah.
So you charge your friends full price?
Now I do. Yeah.
Ouch.
No, now I do because I have to.
Okay.
But in the beginning, I wasn't.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. But they're cool with that.
They have
because they recognize, like,
Yeah.
okay, she knows what she's doing. She's going to do an amazing job. This is her livelihood. So I want to support my friend.
Yeah, like I would say, like, my close friends, they understand because I have to pay the rent for the salon. I have to pay the supplies cost. There's a lot that goes into it. And just being my friend, they want to support me, right? So, yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Now that you do lash extensions, you just started branching out, and I assume you're just doing classics right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think? Now that you have a little bit of experience in both, what do you think are the pros and cons of each service?
Yeah.
Because the services themselves are very different. And, you know, you have different clientele, there's different products, different price ranges, different technique level, different amount of, like, time and effort. So, but I do think there's pros and cons.
For sure. Yeah.
But definitely more people are focusing on lash extensions. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so by starting to do extensions, I definitely opened a bigger client base, because before, by doing just lash lifts, it's people that wanted something natural, but now it's people that want something dramatic as well. So a pro is that now I have a lot bigger client base, and also I feel like I have more creative freedom as well, because for lash lifts it's just lifting lashes. Like, there's not that many styles I can try, but for extensions there's so many different things. There's anime style, doll, cat eye, there's so many things. So I feel like as a lash artist it gives me a lot more creative freedom. So like that's a pro for it. But a con is the time again. It definitely takes a lot of time, and because I'm starting out, it takes me a bit longer than I think it would normally. So I did a set 2 weeks ago, I believe, and this was not even classics. I was doing a volume cat eye, and it took me about like 5 hours to do, because I'm starting out as well.
5 hours?
Yeah. So I was
That's the most I've ever heard a set taking.
Yeah. So
wow.
That's another reason that I wanted to quit for a while, because it was taking me so long, right?
Did it come out good at the end?
Came out,
after
okay.
5 hours?
I mean,
after 5 hours, what were you doing on her eyes for 5 hours? So, did she have like a squirrel on her eye at some point? Like,
no, we were talking a lot. That was the thing. Yeah. See, my thing is with my clients, we become like besties, right? So we talk a lot. No, but I managed to get it done. She liked it. I mean, it was the first ever set I did on a person as well. God. Like, before I was doing on mannequins. This is like the first ever person I did. So it took so long, and I felt so bad, but she was okay with it.
Did you charge per hour, or you just charged her like for the...
Yeah, I charged her for the full thing, and I was doing a promo.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so I forgot where I was going with this, but for extensions, like, it can take a while, and regularly, like, it can take like 2 hours, things like that. So the con is you need to be able to have more time, which is a bit harder for me because I have very limited time, especially because I have a lot of classes and they go on till like late night. The only time I really have is for weekends. So there is that con. Also, supplies are a lot more expensive because there are a lot more supplies needed for this. So I would say it's just a matter of like supplies and cost, which is a con, which is a con, and also the time. But again, the pro is it's really nice. Like, there's a lot of creative freedom, and also when your set turns out really great, it's like, damn, I did that.
Right. Yeah. And what about like the repeat clients? Would you say you get more repeat clients with extensions or lash lifts?
I would say lash lift, just because I haven't done extensions a lot yet. So it's definitely lash lifts, because honestly, a lot of my lashes have come out really good, and even when I did it on myself, like, I want to get another one now. This time I might go to someone instead of doing it on myself, just so I don't end up blinding myself. But I do get more repeat customers with lashes because they last about 4 to 6 weeks, and a lot of people are very satisfied with the results, so they definitely come back after.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I have heard that lifts are healthier for your lashes as opposed to extensions.
For sure.
So in terms of like client education, if you have a client who is concerned about that, you might want to let them know, like, maybe switch over to lash lifts for like at least a break in between sets. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely healthier. So like a misconception that a lot of people have is that both lash lifts and extensions are not good for your lashes. But the truth is just, if you go to a right lash tech, if you go to a good one that uses good quality products, like, your lashes won't be damaged. So in my past experiences getting extensions, my lashes did get damaged because I did go to a cheap lash artist, and it did mess up my lashes. So my lashes used to be super long, but they fell out a lot just because of my extensions experience. So what a lot of people don't understand, like clients, is that if you maintain your lashes properly, you actually follow the aftercare, take care of them, and go to a good lash tech, like, your lashes will be healthy. So that's a lot of people DM me and ask, are lashes bad for lashes? Are extensions bad for lashes? It's just a matter of how you take care of it. And it's 50% the client, 50% the lash artist. So the lash artist does it right, and then the client takes care of it. Like, your lashes will be healthy for both procedures.
And I think another thing that I just thought of, you have a lot more flexibility and freedom with the lift, right?
Yeah, I do.
Like, you can put oil on your face, right? You can, like, an oil makeup remover, or like skincare and makeup and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, something I'm worried about is, okay, if I get lash extensions, how am I going to do all my oily skincare and my oily hair care all the time, you know? That's just my thought. Yeah. But in terms of business aspects, what about profits? Yeah. Profits for lash extensions versus lash lift. Which service do you think is more profitable?
Lash extensions for sure. But then again, there's also the time to consider.
Yeah, considering everything. Considering the cost of supplies, considering your time. Which service do you think is more profitable in your experience so far?
Honestly, now that I think about it, If I take away the cost, so this includes like my rent cost for the salon, including the supplies, I do think they come roughly about the same price.
Really?
Which is shocking because one takes an hour to do, the other takes multiple hours to do.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, it more depends. I feel it varies for everyone because if you're like a home-based lash tech, like you won't have to pay rent. So doing extensions is going to make you more profit. So I feel like it depends for everyone, but for me personally, they come about roughly the same cost at the end. Yeah.
But I suppose if you have more lift clients and you just like book them back to back, you could technically make more money than extensions,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
If you, I mean, you can't really work it out that way. You kind of have to like roll with whatever clients come to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see that because the procedure is so quick. You could, in theory, service more clients in a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, now we're gonna go more into like the technical side. What would you say is a lesser known cause of lash lift failures? Like, I think we all know, if you're in the beauty industry, if you're watching this podcast, you know like the basics.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this podcast is not for like people who don't know anything at all. People who know a little bit and they want to know more. So what do you think, in your opinion, is one of the lesser known causes or reasons why a lash lift didn't work, it didn't lift, it didn't curl, in your experience so far?
Yeah, so in my experience, well, there's two things. One, it should be pretty standard. It's the whole idea of using good quality materials. So especially like if you're someone that's starting out, you have less money to start out with and you're more focused on getting profit. So it's easy for someone like that to use not necessarily bad materials, but cheaper quality. And something important to understand is that using good quality solutions will result in a very good lash lift. Like even when I started using LLBA solutions, like my lash lifts are amazing. Like I feel like my lash lift game changed. And oh my gosh, I cannot even promote this enough. The oh my gosh, how did I forget the name? The lash lift glue balm, like that changed my lash lift game.
Yes, everyone loves that.
Yeah, like I absolutely love that. Like ever since I started using it, I can't even imagine using regular glue for lash lifts. Like that is amazing. So this should be pretty standard, but using really good quality products from reputable brands like LLBA does make a difference in lash lifts. So that's another technical thing. And then something else is it's very important to understand the health of clients' lashes and take in factors like their age. So the solutions have different setting times, right? I don't remember on the top of my head right now, but it's about like 8 to 10 minutes, something like that.
They say that for like most people, but I think it's gonna be different. Yeah. For like there's so many different factors.
There's so many different factors. So even if the box or the label says something, it's important to follow that, but it's also important to take into consideration the health of your client's lashes, their age, because if they are older, you do want to leave it on for less time because the longer it leaves on, it could be damaging to their lashes. And even if some people have really thick lashes, so leaving on for longer is better just to make sure it's curled. So it's really important to take into consideration that everyone's lashes are different and there's a lot of factors that are included in it.
Wow. And going back to the glue balm, actually people loved our glue balm so much that we actually updated our pro kit. So now it includes the balm.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So you don't even have to buy that separately now. You could buy one kit and it has everything you need. Yeah, just a little plug.
And it cuts down a lot of time too for lash lifts.
It genuinely works. Like, we're not just saying that. It actually does work. We got a lot of videos on YouTube. If you want to see tutorials on how to use the glue balm, it works very, very well.
It does.
So far, from what I've seen in comparing other glues in the market, I think a balm like ours or a similar balm, it works the best.
It's definitely a game
lashes,
changer.
especially if the lashes are like very thick or very straight. And that reminds me, do you work with curly lashes? Do you ever do like the reverse lift or like the straightening?
So I've actually never done a reverse lift, but I do want to try that. Like I also want to try bottom lash lifts because I've seen it once on TikTok and it looks really interesting. So I'm looking more into that as well, but I've never actually done like a reverse lash lift. But in terms of curly lashes, so in my pre-care, I do ask my clients not to curl their lashes before coming, but there have been some that come with curl lashes and it just makes it a little like not really harder. It's just a little more complicated to process with because it's better when they start off with straight lashes because then they can be properly curled. When they come in with already curled lashes, it's just a little hard to tell, is this a result from the lash lift or because you already curled your lashes?
Right.
Yeah.
I meant more in terms of someone who has naturally curly lashes and they want a reverse lift to actually straighten them out a bit so that maybe they can get extensions or wear like falsies a bit easier.
Yeah, that's something.
Do you have clients like that?
No, I've actually never done something like that, but it's definitely something interesting. I do have a client that came to me before, but she did want a curl. She wanted more of a curl, not a reverse lash lift, but her lashes were very curly.
Wow. Do you find it difficult to like work with clients like that? If the lashes are like very curly or...
Like I mentioned earlier, it is a little harder. Well, I don't think harder is the right word for it, but it's a little
like
more...
in terms of like the texture, the coarseness of the hair, it's different from like someone who has straight lashes, for example.
Like the easiest ones to work on are definitely like someone with very straight lashes and not too thick as well. Like I would say the standard type lashes.
And what about people who like their lashes like actually grow down? Do lash lifts work for them? Do you recommend lash lifts?
Oh, yeah.
Do they look good?
So if your lashes grow downwards, like you should get a lash lift. Like it's one of the best decisions you can make.
Well.
So I'm one of those people. My lashes, like what a lot of people don't realize as well, is that their lashes are not short. They're just really straight and they go down. So getting a lash lift, it really brings that up and brings that curl. So it's definitely recommended for those type of people.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. My lashes are actually pretty long. But they never look good because they like grow down for some reason. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But so how do you? We've discussed like there's so many different factors and variables that can kind of hinder or make a lash lift work really well.
Yeah.
What are some of the factors that can really produce the best results for a lash lift?
Yeah, so lash lifts are going to look different on different people because again, there's different factors, right? So I would say it's a matter of even before your appointment. So I tell all my clients, make sure you're not wearing any makeup make sure you come to the appointment wearing no makeup, or 24 hours before, make sure your lashes aren't curled, or you're not wearing waterproof mascara because waterproof mascara does stick a little bit. I've had a client that I told this to and she said that she wasn't wearing any mascara, but when I'm looking at her lashes, like I have to pull out the mascara, right? So it takes a little bit longer and it can affect the process a little bit. So making sure they are actually following the pre-care and most importantly the aftercare. Some of the aftercare includes your first 24 hours, like don't get your lashes wet or don't get them like exposed to steam. So if you actually follow the pre-care and aftercare, those factors are the best to make sure your lash lift actually works out well and that it turns out good.
Wow. I always wonder, how do people do that? Like, how do you wash your face? How do you shower?
Yeah, so...
without getting your eyes wet?
Yeah, so I've done it before for myself, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I might have gotten a little wet. Like, I'm not the best at following my own aftercare. But it's just, when you're washing your face, like, try to avoid your eyes. But sometimes in the morning when I wake up...
It's just a habit, right?
It's just a habit, yeah. Like, you can't really help it.
Yeah. So, and how do you manage client expectations with a kind of service like this that is so variable?
Yeah. So, it's definitely... It can be... A lot of people have found our understanding... But it can be difficult because a lot of people, they see lash lift, right? And they want something just like that. But a lot of people fail to recognize, even for extensions, is that everybody's eyes are different. Like, no one's eyes are unique because you have your eye shape, your lash length, the thickness. There's so many things to it. So your lash lift is not going to look like an other lash lift that you saw on Instagram. So it's just, honestly, I haven't had a problem with it because my clients are very understanding. But I've had someone that did express that their lash lift looked different than what they see on Instagram, but it's also because their lashes were short. So I had to explain, your lashes are a lot shorter than what this person had, so it's not going to look the same. So it's just, you have to explain to them how everyone's eyes are different.
But do you explain to them before the procedure? Like, if you see that someone has, like, okay, this girl has very short, very straight, downward turning lashes, like, how do you set their expectations so they're not thinking they're gonna come out of the appointment with, like, Kim Kardashian's lashes? Do you make them, like, sign a waiver? Do you explain to them beforehand? Do you have, like, a little standard thing that you email them?
Yes, I do have a waiver, and in that, it's there at the bottom and they have to sign it as well. And it's to indicate they read everything. So I do indicate in that your lashes might not look like what you expect just because there's a lot of factors to it. So I do want to make sure that's prefaced before. I think that's important. So I don't want anyone to get disappointed, you know?
And has there ever been anyone where, like, the lash lift didn't work at all?
There has been.
Your experience?
Yeah, so there was one individual, but it's also because she was wearing waterproof mascara before.
Is it the same person?
It's the same person, yeah. So I did take a lot of it out, but I'm telling you, waterproof mascara is not good for you. Like,
so I've heard, but it's the only thing that, like, keeps them curled and, like, looking nice.
Yeah, you know what else keeps it curled? Lash lifts. Yeah.
True.
But waterproof mascara is not good for you. That stuff stays for a while. Like,
I used to have such beautiful lashes when I was younger. Like they were so long. They were like I had some at the outer corners that were just like out to here. And then I started wearing mascara, waterproof mascara, and those eyelashes are long gone.
Really?
And I haven't seen them in years. They never grew back. I don't know what happened to them. And yeah, and I'm also missing like a huge chunk on this eye too. I think it's from wearing mascara. But now I don't wear mascara. Like just once in a while for like a special occasion. Like today I'm wearing mascara. But normally even to work, I don't wear anything. Or I'll wear like non-waterproof, like just the regular mascara. Because I think it's true. It makes a difference.
It does,
in your lash health. And I think if more people knew that, there would be more demand for like services like yours, like lash lifts, lash extensions. If people like could put down the mascara for a while, they would see that their lashes actually grow back and look so nice.
I don't think there's anything wrong with regular mascara, but waterproof mascara definitely. Even in the aftercare, like I tell my clients, like you can wear mascara after. I do think a lot of lash lifts, if you're not getting a tint, it looks so much better with mascara after. Like even once I got my lashes lifted,
Definitely.
like I saw a difference right away, right? But I didn't even realize the difference until I actually wore mascara, and I went the whole day without never even touching my lashes, and it stayed curled. Like that was the best decision I could have made for myself. So I'm really looking forward to getting my lashes lifted again. Like I'm telling you, like it definitely makes a difference because it's so annoying having to curl your lashes every couple hours. But if your lashes just stay
Every
up the
couple
whole
hours? What?
no, like because my lashes are very downward.
You curl them every couple hours?
Yeah.
See, that's where waterproof mascara comes in handy.
It stays. Right?
Yeah, it stays. It stays all day.
Yeah. But for me, I would always curl my lashes, then every couple hours I'd recurl them, and I do on top of my mascara too, which is not good.
Yeah.
Like as a lash
for
tech,
sure.
like I'm not even following my own aftercare advice. But once I got a lash lift and wore mascara, like it just stayed up the whole day. I was like, this is amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so we are back again with Anoosha. So Anoosha, our podcast is almost over. So few quick questions we wanted to ask her. So we want to do like a hot take for you. What is the number one thing you wish you knew before you started doing lash lifts?
Yeah, so something I wish I knew before was that to not be too hard on myself, that it's okay to make mistakes and learn throughout the process. So when I just started off, right, I obviously wasn't an expert, but something I wish I knew before is that it's a whole learning journey. Like I have my certification, my training, but that doesn't mean I'm an entire expert. Like I'm still going to learn, and doing a lot of lash lifts, I learned through that. So I would say my number one thing I wish I knew before was that it's okay to make mistakes and learn throughout the process. My mistakes, like I don't mean something too bad, but it's like, all right, like maybe this method doesn't work that much, so I have to try this something new. I was just way too hard on myself when I first started. So yeah, I just wish I knew that it's going to be a learning journey. Like I'm going to learn new things. I'm going to learn maybe this doesn't work, maybe this works for someone else, and this product is better than this product, what to do. So even with the glue, like I was really frustrated with glue before, then I found out the glue balm, and I was like, all right, this is better. So just it's a huge learning journey. So that's something I wish I knew before.
And what is the biggest advice that you have to give to someone who's looking to get into lash lifts?
I would say don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and that's honestly the best way you can get clients as well. So I feel like for a lot of people, it's you start your business and you have it, and it's more you're reaching out to your friends, your family, like people around you. But it's really important to put yourself out there. And at first, I was a bit scared to do that, but I started getting clients like through that confessions page I told you about. Then I was telling my clients to refer people, and it's just. Even in conversations, right? Like when I was in class, like I'd hear a girl talking about like curling her lashes. I'd be like, oh, by the way, you should get a lash lift. I do lash lifts, like things like that. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there because you're not going to regret it. Like you're actually going to be really happy about what you did instead of just staying to yourself. So I have a friend who does nails, and she's very like, she only focuses on clients around her, like her friends and family. And I keep telling her, like, this is how I was when I started off as well. But once you put yourself out there, so it also means posting on Instagram a lot. So when I first started off, I wasn't posting that much. I'd post once in a while. That's even how I grew a lot of followers, because I started being consistent with my posting. Well, right now I've sort of slowed down, but I'm going to get back into it. But it's, post a lot. Get your friends to share your posts. And even asking people to support you, it's not just them booking with your services and buying with you. It can even be reposting your stories, commenting on your posts, just referring people to you. So it's just tell your friends, tell your family, put yourself out there, and don't be afraid to try new things.
Wow, well said. So, Anusha, thank you so much for coming to our podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for being our ambassador as well. Anusha is one of our brand ambassadors, so she really helps us and supports us a lot.
I love being
So we really appreciate it because you genuinely really like our brand and our products, which is why we reached out to you. Even though in the beginning you didn't really have a big following, but we saw that you were really passionate and you're really interested, so...
Thank you.
And here we are. Almost a year later.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for coming to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. So you're going to school now, right? Do you have like a class later?
I do. Yeah. I have a test today, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that. You're not studying, you're just like on a podcast.